Hello children, welcome back to my channel. I am now dealing with 9th class maths, quadrilaterals, example 1. In the previous topic, I have explained some introduction and types of quadrilaterals and all. Now this is ABCD is a parallelogram in which angle A is 60 degrees. Find the remaining angles. So let us draw a parallelogram. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. So if it is a parallelogram, they said angle A is 60 degrees. Now you need to find out the other angles. So ABCD is a parallelogram given to us and angle A is 60 degrees. This is also given. We know that angle A is equal to angle C because they are the opposite angles of a parallelogram. Already we have discussed in the previous topic that opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. Therefore, angle C is equal to 60 degrees. And angle A plus angle B is 180 degrees. These are because they are the adjacent angles of parallelogram. When we have already discussed, adjacent angles are supplementary. So 60 degrees plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle B is 180 degrees minus 60 degrees, that is 120 degrees. When angle B is 120 degrees, angle B is equal to angle D. They are the opposite angles of parallelogram. Therefore, angle D is 120 degrees. So, angle A is equal to 60 degrees, angle B is equal to 120 degrees, angle C is equal to 60 degrees, angle D is equal to 120 degrees. These are the answers for this problem, children. So, let me explain you this once again. They have given ABCD is a parallelogram, angle A is 60 degrees. You need to find out the remaining angles. Angle A is equal to angle C because they are the opposite angles of the parallelogram. So angle C is equal to 60 degrees and angle A plus angle B is 180 degrees because they are the adjacent angles of the parallelogram. So 60 degrees plus angle B is 180 degrees. Angle B is 180 minus 60, that is 120 degrees. And angle B is equal to angle D, the same reason opposite angles of parallelogram. So angle D is also equal to 120 degrees. So angle A, angle C are 60 degrees, angle B and angle D are 120 degrees. So this is the proof, children. Please note it down. Now, next example, children. ABCD is a parallelogram again. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. What is given? A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. This is given to us. Angle DAB is equal to 40 degrees. Given to us. Angle DAB is this angle is 40 degrees. Find the other angles. It's just like the same as that of the previous problem, only the values are different. So let me consider it as angle A. Angle A is equal to angle C because they are opposite angles of parallelogram. Therefore, angle C is equal to 40 degrees. And also, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. They are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles of parallelogram. So, angle A is 40 plus 180, sorry, 40 plus B. 40 plus B, angle B is 180 degrees. So what is angle B? 180 degrees minus 40 degrees, that is 140 degrees. We also know that angle B is equal to angle D. They are the opposite angles of parallelogram because they are opposite angles of parallelogram. Therefore, angle D is also equal to 140 degrees. So, angle A is 40 degrees, angle B is 140 degrees, angle C is 40 degrees, angle D is 140 degrees. These are the answers for this problem, children. So the problem is very same, very equal. It's totally equal to that of the other one, except only one part, that is angle A is 60 degrees. So when angle A is 60 degrees, here ABCD is a parallelogram and angle DAB means angle A is, angle A is 40 degrees they have given. Now we need to find out the other angles. Angle A is equal to angle C, that is angle C is 40 degrees. Angle A plus angle B is 180 degrees. Adjacent sides, adjacent angles of a parallelogram. So 40 plus angle B is 180 degrees. Angle B is 180 minus 40, that is 40 degrees. So angle B is equal to angle D. This also we know because of the example 3, children. Here this problem is dealing with the sides of the parallelogram. So you have got parallelogram A, B, C, D, in which two adjacent sides of parallelogram are for 4.5 and 3 centimeters. Adjacent sides means either these two or these two we have to take. So let me take AB as 4.5 centimeters, BC as 3 centimeters. So what is given? ABCD is a parallelogram. This is given to us. AB is equal to 4.5. This is also given. BC is equal to 3 centimeters. 4.5 centimeters, 3 centimeters as given. Your question is perimeter is equal to how much? This is the question. Now children, ABCD is a parallelogram. Therefore, AB is equal to CD. Why? Because they are opposite sides of parallelogram. Therefore, what is CD? CD is equal to 4.5 centimeters. And also, BC is equal to AD. Same reason. Therefore, what is BC? 3 centimeters. AD is equal to 3 centimeters. So, what is perimeter? Perimeter means AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. So, what is AB? 4.5 centimeters plus BC 3 plus 4.5 plus 3. That means how much are you getting? This is 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 3, 15. 15 centimeters is the perimeter of this figure, children. So, this is the answer. Once again, let me tell you. Adjacent angles of a parallelogram, they have given 4.5 and 3. You need to find out the perimeter of the parallelogram. So AB is 4.5, BC is 3 centimeters. Perimeter means first we need to know what are the other two sides also. AB is equal to CD because they are opposite sides of the parallelogram, and also BC is equal to AD because of the same reason. So CD becomes 4.5, AD becomes 3. So on adding all that, I got 15 centimeters. So perimeter is 15 centimeters. Now, example 4, children. In parallelogram ABCD, the bisectors of the consecutive angles, angle A and angle B, intersect at P. Show that angle APB is 90 degrees. So first, let us draw a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram and adjacent angles bisector. So this is one bisector and this is another bisector. They are intersecting at P. Now we need to prove that angle APB is 90 degrees. So how will you prove, children? We know that uh, ABCD is a parallelogram. This is given to us. AP bisects angle A. I'll write given here, children. Otherwise, for everything, instead of writing given, I'll write given here. Given AP bisects angle A. BP bisects angle B. This is given to us. What is RTP? What we need to prove? Angle APB is equal to 90 degrees. Now let us see the proof. How are we going to prove? We know that angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because adjacent angles. They are adjacent angles. So supplementary. Angle A plus angle B is supplementary. So half of angle A plus half of angle B is equal to half of 180 degrees. That means how much? 90 degrees. Half of angle A means uh, angle PAB we can say. So now in triangle APB, let us say triangle APB, angle PAB plus angle PBA plus angle APB. Angle APB is equal to 180 degrees, we know that. Now actually half of angle A means angle PAB. So angle PAB plus angle PBA, you make it as a group, plus angle APB is equal to 180 degrees. What is angle PAB plus angle APB, which is nothing but half of angle A? Half of angle A, this is nothing but half of angle A plus half of angle B is plus angle APB is equal to 180 degrees. Now here, this is nothing but 90 degrees plus angle APB is equal to 180 degrees. So, angle APB is equal to 180 degrees minus 90 degrees. That is 90 degrees. Therefore, angle APB is equal to 90 degrees. Hence, proved. So, this is the proof of this problem, children. Note it down. See, what is given? They told that in a parallelogram, the bisectors of consecutive angles, angle A and angle B, intersect at P. Show that angle APB is 90 degrees. So, given ABCD is a parallelogram, AP bisects angle A, BP bisects angle P. What is RTP? Angle APB is 90 degrees. So, how will you prove? We know that angle A plus angle B is 180 degrees. They are adjacent angles. No, angle A plus angle B, adjacent angles of parallelogram, we will write otherwise. Adjacent angles of parallelogram. Okay, now that means half of angle A plus half of angle B will be half of 180 degrees, that is 90 degrees. Let it be. Now let us see triangle APB. In triangle APB, angle PAB plus angle PBA plus angle APB is equal to 180 degrees. Let me make these two as a group. Angle PAB plus angle PBA plus angle APB is 180 degrees. What is angle PAB? Angle PAB is half of angle A, and angle PBA is also half of angle B, plus angle APB is 180 degrees. Half of angle A plus half of angle B is 90, we have done. So 90 plus angle APB is 180 degrees. So angle APB is 180 minus 90, 90 degrees. So angle APB is 90 degrees is the proof of this, children. Note it down. 8.1 exercise, children. In 8.1, state true or false. The first one, every parallelogram is a trapezium. Of course, what happens in a trapezium? In a trapezium, a pair of opposite angles are equal. So, even in parallelogram, a pair of opposite angles are parallel. So, in case if they are also equal, we can consider, in case if you join it, if you get a parallelogram, this becomes a parallelogram. So, you can consider a parallelogram also as a trapezium. A trapezium in which all opposite sides are parallel, we call it as a parallelogram. So it is a true statement, children. Trapezium, every parallelogram can be considered as a trapezium. All parallelograms are quadrilaterals, of course, and all trapeziums are parallelograms. See, a parallelogram can be considered as a trapezium, but a trapezium cannot be considered as a parallelogram. Why? Because in trapezium, only one pair of opposite angles, opposite sides are parallel. Other pair is not parallel. In case if other pairs become parallel, it becomes a parallelogram, of course. But a trapezium itself cannot be considered as a parallelogram. That means a parallelogram can be considered as a trapezium, but a trapezium cannot be considered as a parallelogram. Next, a square is a rhombus, of course. A square, if you talk, a square has got all 90 degrees. Of course, first let me talk about the properties of sides. All sides are equal, and if you draw the diagonals, diagonals are the perpendicular, and also they are the bisectors. So, with that property, we can say a square is a rhombus. But every rhombus is a square, it is a false statement. Why? When you talk about a rhombus, this is a rhombus. In this rhombus, of course, all sides are equal and diagonals are the perpendicular bisectors. But the thing is, the angles are not 90 degrees. Here, the angles make 90 degrees. But in trapezium, in rhombus, angles are not 90 degrees. So, it is a wrong statement. Just like a parallelogram, a square can be considered as a rhombus, but a rhombus cannot be considered as a square. Next, all parallelograms are rectangles. It is false, children. Parallelograms cannot be rectangles because this is a parallelogram figure and this is rectangle. So the difference here is opposite sides are parallel, of course, for both. Opposite sides are equal, of course, for both. But the thing is, angle is 90 degrees for rectangle. Here the angle is maybe acute or obtuse. So it is not possible. All parallelograms cannot be rectangles. Children, please note it down. Second problem, children. It's a big table. Half of it I am doing now, remaining half I will do afterwards. See, what is that they have given? They have given properties and they have given trapezium, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle and square. If it is suitable, you have to write yes. If it is not suitable, you have to write no. Means if that property permits, you write yes. If that property does not permit, write no. So this is the table that is there, children, in your textbook. This is trapezium. So let me talk about A. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Only one pair of opposite sides are parallel. It is yes for trapezium and no for parallelogram, and even rhombus it is no, and in rectangle also no, and in square also no. Here both the pairs are parallel. Two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Here in trapezium it is not there, but in parallelogram of course it is there, and in rhombus also it is correct, and in rectangle as well as in square they are yes. Opposite sides are equal. In trapezium, it is not that. We cannot say opposite sides are equal. In parallelogram, yes. And in rhombus, all sides are equal. Of course, we can write yes. In rectangle also is yes. And in square also is yes. Next. Opposite angles are equal. Here it is no, and in parallelogram opposite angles are equal. In rhombus also opposite angles are equal. In rectangle also opposite angles are equal. In square also opposite angles are equal. Now consecutive angles are supplementary. Consecutive angles means in trapezium when you talk about only one pair we can say, the other pair we cannot say, so it is no. But in parallelogram, yes. In square rhombus, it is yes. In rectangle also yes. And in square also, it is yes. So, these are basing on the properties which I have taught earlier, children. Only one pair of opposite angles are parallel means it is possible only with the trapezium. It is not possible with all the other things. And two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So here it is no, in all the other cases it is yes. Opposite sides are equal, of course. Here also it is, we cannot say that opposite sides are equal here. And in parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, and square, it is possible. Opposite angles are equal, it is also no here. In all the cases, it is yes. And consecutive angles are supplementary. Consecutive angles, side by side angles, here we cannot say it is possible only for one set, not for another sides. So it's not possible, but it is yes for all the other things, because the in a rectangle and square they are 90, 90 plus 90 is 180, and in rhombus and parallelogram according to the measures they will be definitely 180 degrees. Please note it down. Now the remaining part of this problem, children. Diagonals bisect each other. Here it is not the case. Here of course yes, in parallelogram and even in rhombus diagonals bisect each other, and even in rectangles as well as in square the diagonals are equal. Diagonals are equal, it is not possible here. And even in parallelogram also, diagonals cannot be equal. In rhombus also, it is not equal. Only in rectangle, they are equal, and in square also, they are equal. Now all sides are equal. No, it is not possible here. Even in parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, but not all sides. But in rhombus, of course, all sides are equal. In rectangle also, it is not equal. They are not equal. In square, they are equal. and each angle is a right angle. It is not true for trapezium as well as in parallelogram they are not 90 degrees. Even in rhombus they are not 90 degrees. Only in rectangle they are 90 degrees, and in square they are 90 degrees. And diagonals are perpendicular to each other. It is not the case with a trapezium and also with parallelogram, but rhombus of course they are perpendicular. In rectangle is they are not perpendicular, but in square they are perpendicular. So this table will help us to know whether we know, to check whether we know all the properties. Total properties have come here, children. Diagonals bisect each other. It is possible only with parallelogram and rhombus and rectangle. In rhombus they are perpendicular bisector, and in rectangle as well as in square they are bisectors. And diagonals are equal. They are equal only in rectangle and square, but not in other cases. All sides are equal in rhombus and square only. Each angle is a right angle. It is possible with square and rectangle and square. And diagonals are perpendicular to each other. It is with rhombus and square. Please note it down, children. With this, I am going to conclude my part today. In the next class, I will be doing the next part.